And I said, look, invariably, and I asked the woman, why did you do that? But before I continue, I thank you for rescuing me the other time when somebody said I was lying. Kola said that I lied, that I said PDP people were giving money on the line. What I said is that Fauci had paid people 2 days before the election. And the reason he did that was very simple. When he had his own election, he was on the morning of that election, almost 4 years ago, about 4 years ago, he was arresting those people who had money in their vehicles. They were stopping and searching. So APC had no opportunity to take money to the polling unit. So now he thought the same fate would befall him.
You plan to take money to the polling unit?
Yeah, he would have. Now
they did.
Oh, the plan then. Now he shared money a day before and 2 days before to the people. And they came to tell us that they have collected so much money. And so where you got the story from of saying that I lied on television is worrisome. People don't listen.
Just a moment.
People don't listen.
Sorry to interrupt you, Mr. Ologbondiyan, if I may.
You were not listening.
Mr. Ologbondiyan, if I may.
Yes.
Senator, you know, one of the things you said in the beginning, yes. I mean, we had to stop you to say that what you were saying was raising further questions, was that, you know, incumbent governor had not won any elections without federal might. Are you saying then, were you implying that you won these elections because you now had federal might?
No. Let me tell you
because
the position.
That's what a lot of
you
people
know what
read.
the federal might stands for this election. He could not deploy his thugs. The police were there to ensure that the process was free and fair. If not the fact that INEC had done a lot of job over the years, what would normally have happened, or what happened in 2003, was that 5 or 6 thugs will just go to a particular unit, backed by police, seal the ballot paper, fill it up, and
Senator, just a moment. In 2014, when you were saying that, you know, there was federal presence, yes. That you were bullied, the elections, you know, were bullied. How do I put it now? Where you were bullied on elections day. Yes. We did not hear the story of any thugs. What you alleged was that security agents were used. That was what you alleged on elections day, if I remember very correctly.
In 2014.
But then, that's in 2014. But then, if a lot of people remember clearly, only 18,000 policemen were deployed. For these elections, 30,000 policemen alone were deployed. This is not counting all the other security agencies that were also sent to the state. Can you really say that you did not have the support of the federal government or the support of the federal government did not count in how you won these elections?
This election? It counted to the point of maintaining law and order. Now, people voted. In my unit, I had to struggle for a very narrow win in my polling unit. So I don't know where the story is coming from. We voted, everybody voted. I don't know what happened elsewhere. But in my polling unit and in my ward, people voted accordingly. Nobody was debarred from voting.
Just a moment, Mr. Ologbondiyan.
And when you refer to 2014, at that time, I was still with the PDP. I was still in the PDP. So I did not have the privilege of coming to comment on an election that we won. So that certainly could not be accredited to me, that I came in to say that...
the point I want to make is that Senator Arishi has established here that the APC was responsible for stealing and buying.
How?
Yeah, you have established that.
Now you're the one. Mr. Ologbondiyan, let me make my point. You will make your point, but with a question. I want to ask you, are you rejecting totally then? Are you rejecting totally all allegations of vote buying put against your party?
Our party did not participate in vote buying.
In other words, I mean,
we did not.
What about the allegation? Just a moment. What about the allegation that monies were paid into the accounts of civil servants?
I do not work.
A day or two before the election.
I am not a civil servant. I'm not from, and I do not work in a bank, and I'm not from Ekiti State. So that is Senator Arishe's allegation.
No, just a moment. Some people say just a moment. Some people say that's too convenient. I mean, you're commenting right now on the Ekiti elections as National Publicity Secretary of the Democratic Party.
But I'm saying that our party is not aware of what the allegations they are making.
In other words, you are not aware of the pictures that were making the rounds. I mean, a lot of media houses were definitely there, and you know, we heard people saying that it's the PDP that is giving them money. Some say it's the APC giving them money. But we also saw that monies were transferred.
What I'm saying, what I'm saying is that on the election day,
yes,
on the election day, we did not set up a kiosk at the polling unit. The PDP did not set up a kiosk at the polling unit. APC did, and in doing that, APC went to each kiosk with a minimum of 5 million naira at every polling unit, and they were giving voters 10,000 naira. This is the issue.
We'll come back.
And Senator Arishe has established that.
We will come back.
They were against what happened in 2000.
Just a moment. We will come back and we will continue that conversation on the allegation. In a moment, please stay with us.